All right, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakbarash. Double honors unto my apostles. Sorry. All right, double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. All right, shalom to you sincere sisters that are out there as well. Shalom. Now, something I was meditating on, a dream my rib had that she was telling me about, and I'm not gonna really go into the dream per se, but through the spirit, we're gonna touch on the fact of, as the title of this goes, people are gonna want answers. And what I told her, which I quote to the best of my ability because I'm driving, is, I believe it's 1 Corinthians 4:9, not 6 and 9, 4 and 9, one or the other, but I believe it's 4 and 9. And it speaks about, I sent forth last the apostles as it be appointed unto death, and they shall be a speckle unto the world. And that's a pretty that's a serious scripture when you're dealing with what's being said there. The apostles, which we all are apostles. The word apostle just means to be basically sent away. Even right now, this is a form of apostleship. I'm doing this live stream, but I'm on my way downtown to camp. So this is a form of it now. For sake of order, the elder apostles there. That's another lesson for itself. But in the spirit of it all, we're all apostles here. Those that teach the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai are a part of an apostleship. Okay. Now back to the point of being sent forth last. Everything has run its course. Every doctrine under the sun has had its time. Christianity had its time. It was the main. It was, although on book it's considered the official religion of America, but really through the spirit, these people are nowhere near the same level of Christians that when Christians were Christian 10, 20, 30 years ago, man. Like I said, when I was growing up, when I was in my youth, so that, you know what I'm saying, we're talking over 20 years ago, damn near 30 years ago in some cases, or what I'm talking about. Everybody that I knew, family-wise, my mom's co-workers, etc., claimed to be Christians, have a church that they said that they went to, this, that, and the third, and you know what I'm saying? They followed Christian beliefs, but that's not really the case no more in Babylon, which is America. That's not really the case no more. So all of these doctrines have had these doctrines of wind of doctrines have had their time. Islam tries to make its comeback here and there with a few rappers, but that's pretty much the extent of it. That's a street nigga religion. Egyptology had its time. You had Polite, come up, and then we saw his rise to fame and then his demise. Nature Boy, another one, just got sentenced to life, just got stabbed in prison just the other day. Young Pharaoh, we seen his rise of fame and where he's at. We've seen all of these different doctrines come and go, blow by night doctrines. All right, and there's so many more. I'm not going to sit here and name every doctrine. Even this red pill. You know, the whole red pill movement was another thing that had that a lot of men, women, etc., have invested their spirit. That's where their heart is towards, their mind is towards, their spirit is towards, right? But in reality, Jake, our people and people in general, but specifically our people, are realizing that there's no answers within these schools of thoughts. You know, there's a level of there's a level of knowledge within it, you know, but once you get a grasp of what's going on, right? Once you understand what's really going on, as the scriptures say, you understand the scriptures say that what the wisdom of the foolish is not wisdom. See, we're speaking to the answers. Back to the original title, people are going to want answers. Is after a while, none of this stuff is going to matter. You know, one of my favorite movies in the last several years was Leave the World Behind. You know, that movie came out, and that movie really set the tone for the year. You know, and then within that movie, you know, you had your guy Clay, you know, which was played by Ethan Hawke. No, not Ethan Hawke. Kevin Bacon's character. And they showed him in the beginning. He was ahead of the curve. He was, you know, getting his provisions, etc., right? Boom. Fast forward to near the last 20 minutes of the movie, you finally hear him talk, and because everybody, the main characters came to him for answers. You see, the whole movie, it has a lot of other things, but the biggest thing that the main focal point in that movie, the undertone, I guess you could say an undertone of that movie. Yeah, I'll say that. An undertone of that movie was the characters trying to figure out what the hell was really going on. See, that's why in the book of Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, it tells us that wisdom is wisdom is greater than the merchandise of gold and silver, and far exceeding that of rubies. I'm roughly paraphrasing. I'm driving, but Proverbs, I want to say that's Proverbs 3:13. It's above gold and silver. Having the wisdom, having the understanding, specifically not just life understanding, but having an understanding of what's going on and why it's happening, is going to pay out in a way that it's going to pay out in a way when it really counts. See, right now people scoff and scorn at it. They fan their hand at it. They don't want to hear it. But when there's a time where it's all out hysteria and confusion, that's when those that have the answers are going to be basically billionaires, trillionaires. And even so, you can't even really put a number on it, but I'm just being facetious in the senses of the tables are going to turn. Okay? See, having the answers is the key. All right, hold on real quick. Okay? And the Lord knows that. That's why you get scriptures like Amos 8:11, that the Lord says he's going to send a famine of the word, which is a famine of understanding. And a lot of people scoff at that, but we can see that this the pushing of this word is being collapsed on. You know, it's hard to find our videos on YouTube. You know, we are blacklisted. We are on a quiet list. Keep them quiet. Keep them over there. The algorithm. You know, but at the same time, the Lord has made it where there's still no excuse. So when the time comes, you're gonna have all manners of people approaching you, You know, brothers, and I mean, I've thought about this, and I say this in the spirit, you know, but it's going to get to a point where you're just not going to be, you know, and I pray we, you know, I say this with humility. You know, it's all about enduring and making it to the end, first and foremost. But those that do make it to the end, the elect, the scriptures say that I shall give you fame in the land that you were basically persecuted in. That's in the scriptures. So there's a level of fame that's going to come to the prophets. You know, those that the Lord's servants. See, the bishop of my camp, the elder of my camp, you know, Elder Tazuam, he said this a while back, that basically, you know, when you're talking about these different, our forefathers, a good scripture is Sirach, the 44th chapter, and I want to say the 43rd chapter as well, that speaks on, let us now praise great men. You know, these men of our that we read about in the scriptures, our forefathers of old, they were famous men. See, in this world, this devil has watered down notoriety and fame. You know what I'm saying? To where people are famous for doing dumb shit, being clowns, being the town fool is famous now. But in olden times, in the ancient world, famous people that had fame received it for their knowledge. That's why when you go back, it was different writers were famous, inventors were famous, innovators were famous, dignitaries. There was a standard on why you were known, but that's not the case no more, because Esau wants to it's desensitizing you to who you're supposed to really be following through the spirit, right? So, like I said, I'm going to wrap this up in a second, but just in the spirit of it, you know, you're going to have dignitarians. People are going to start approaching us privately and publicly in ways because they're going to want answers. They're going to want to know things. All right? That's why the scriptures say, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. How is that actually? How does one seek ye the Lord while he may be found? That's not you can't go somewhere and actually find the Lord physically. That's the Lord has, as it says in Isaiah the 19th chapter, the Lord has set up altars throughout Egypt, which is a spot spiritually Egypt. So you have to, the Lord's going to remove his altars. But in the process of the Lord removing the altars and getting to that famine, the Lord is it's not going to be this, we're just incognegros. And we're just playing the background and we're nobodies in your own mind. No, the prophets of old, the men of the old, the dignitaries of other nations knew Daniel. They knew Paul. They knew Peter. They knew Yahushua. They knew Moses, Aaron. They knew these individuals. So this is not about seeking vain glory. This is about prophecy being fulfilled and being pushed. So don't be surprised if you start having outrageous people who you would never think would be in your DM. How'd you get my information? Calling you, pulling up on you. Because see, the one thing about it is we speak a lot about what's going to happen to these rich people. These people that are in high spaces, they're going to feel the effects of this, and they're going to know a lot sooner in most cases than the people that are impoverished. See, the impoverished people are hard-headed. Oh man, I ain't never, man, whatever, that don't mean nothing to me, I don't give a. That's their attitude. Versus these rich, these people that's got a little fame and money, that know about the truth and have heard the truth, they're going to feel it. And that's when a lot of them are going to get shooken up, man. Like the apostles have been saying, as long as I've known the truth, and longer than and before me, for that matter, that at the end of the day, these people know who we are, man. They know who we are. These celebrities, they use the same internet as you and I. They go on the same YouTube as you and I, the same TikTok as you and I. Please believe that when they're on their private jets and on their yachts, scrolling and wasting time, it's just like you and I. Okay? So the table is going to be, the playing field is going to change, man. This world is going down and the men of the Lord are going up, man. So with that, I'm going to close this up. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Barash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders, 144. I'll praise Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim. Shalom.